Things are getting a bit interesting here with Modern Warfare. So today we got a new teaser trailer for Modern Warfare Season 2. We finally have the official release date. In the trailer, it says the war rages on February 11th. That's next Tuesday, February 11th. Season 1 will end, and immediately after, Season 2 will begin. Now, the release of this teaser trailer is sparking a lot of different conversations about something that was seen within the... Actually, a couple different things that were seen within the trailer, and then also stuff surrounding the trailer. So, most notably, Ghost being seen in the trailer, and we'll talk about Ghost, if he's going to be a character that we buy or purchase, or if he's going to be in the Battle Pass. Rust was seen in there as well. Where is Rust going to be located? Is it going to be a 6v6 map, a gunfight map? Is it going to be a part of Battle Royale as well? And then also some stuff outside of the trailer. Just so happens that today Raven Software is actually hinting at a bunch of different stuff surrounding the release of Season 2. And if you guys know anything about Raven Software, at least from what we've been talking about for the past couple months, they are supposedly the guys that are developing Battle Royale for Modern Warfare. We'll get more into that in a second. Let's first go here a couple of the main facts from this teaser trailer. For one, if you didn't see the full teaser trailer, I'll leave a link down below in the description. It's nothing special, but here is Ghost, a screenshot of it seen in the trailer. Ghost is going to be a character that returns. There'll probably be some more storyline behind why he's in this game and his reason for being there. My main issue or question, not really issue, just question, is it going to be a Battle Pass tiered item? Is it going to be tier 100? You get Ghost. That would make sense. Or is it going to be something where you have to spend 20 bucks worth of COD points to purchase Ghost? I mean, at that point, I'd rather it be from the Battle Pass. At least there is some incentive to play through it and get Ghost. And if you want to purchase it, you just purchase the whole Battle Pass, because having Ghost as a $20 character is cool. It's just something that Fortnite does, so why can't Call of Duty do it? But it does suck that you have to spend $20 potentially to get such a cool character, or operator as it's called, within the game. Now, moving on quickly to Rust here, then we'll talk about Battle Royale. The short teaser also potentially teases the return of Rust during the part where the video is analyzing Price's team, so it's potentially, but I think this is a pretty good shot of Rust here. I'm not gonna sit here and say this clearly looks like Rust, but if you had to relate it back to any other map, the huge pipe there and the pillar that you see in the middle, I mean, that really is Rust. And if you looked at other stuff before, it says here, Rust has been listed in the Modern Warfare game files since the game's release, so it's possible that it could be releasing soon. I mean, Rust is something you guys know we've been talking about forever now. Now, the video I made either yesterday or 2 days ago, it was about remakes coming to Battle Royale, and Rust is not one of the maps that was listed as a remake coming to Battle Royale, but Rust was listed as a map, just like Shipment, to be coming to multiplayer. And since Season 1 had COD 4 maps, 6v6 maps return to the game, most people were assuming that Season 2 would have MW2 maps return to the game. Rust is in the code. Rust is an MW2 map. Rust is small enough to be a gunfight map, and also at that point a 6v6 map just like Shipment. I think it's almost obvious that Rust is going to be within the game. It's going to be one of the main, flagship maps that seems like they're teasing here. The first map they're teasing for Season 2 is Rust. But let's move on to the Battle Royale situation here, because I think it's very interesting, and it's not set in stone, but it's looking very likely so. Raven Software responds with this emoji to Call of Duty's tweet about Season 2, and this is a big deal for a couple of different reasons. One, if you look at the replies here, everyone is on the same page. Pretty much every tweet, besides for a few, is everyone saying BR, BR, Battle Royale. And I did see a couple of Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. From what I've heard from leaks and talking to sources, that's not going to be releasing anytime soon, but most people are on the same page. Battle Royale, they know about Raven Software and that situation. And here's the thing, Raven Software also doesn't really respond to much of any Call of Duty's tweets. I mean, they've responded to a few. I highlighted a few here. They responded to this one. They retweeted about the Modern Warfare 2v2 gunfight alpha, and then they retweeted something about the Call of Duty endowment in November, and then they retweeted something in December once about some random playlist update, and now they're retweeting stuff right now about this game and Season 2. They didn't even, retweet anything when the game first came came out. Like, it's so weird, it's so sporadic. So it's not like Raven Software is always responding or retweeting or replying to Call of Duty marketing. So that means that this is a bit more special, and it's a bit more rare to see Raven Software actually interacting with Call of Duty in this way. And since we have leaks that have said beginning of 2020 Battle Royale, and now we're moving into season 2, still in the beginning of 2020, still in the first quarter of 2020, and the leaks have been saying, especially if you saw the video where the Game Revolution was talking to a source, and his source was saying, it's likely to see it within season 2 or season 3, and if it's not season 2 or season 3, then it's most likely going to be canceled because it's getting too close to the release of the next Call of Duty, and by the time we're done with season 3, we're already in the full marketing of the next Call of Duty, Black Ops 5 in 2020, and at that point, they don't want to deter from that hype from that game, so that does make sense. But it's interesting to see Raven Software responding. So the Game Revolution says here, it's been over 7 months since I initially heard that Battle Royale was being worked on in Modern Warfare, and despite confirmation from the files, not just from the files, from people that have talked to Game Revolution, different sources that have talked to him, it's in the files as well, it's in all of the different maps. I mean, there's so much evidence. There's still been no official word from Infinity Ward yet. And again, like I said, I don't want to keep on hyping this up, but we're getting closer and closer to some sort of official announcement of Battle Royale. Maybe it's going to be a part of the teasers leading up to season 2 this week. I mean, I'm not so sure. We only have a week until season 2, and I don't like the marketing that they're doing here. It does, and as someone said this, it reminds me of the Treyarch marketing, where you give as little as possible, you barely market it, and then you sort of just release the content, and that's it. And we're a week out from season 2, and all we have is the release date. We have a small teaser trailer, barely anything announced, and that's pretty much it. So the point is, if they were planning on releasing Battle Royale for season 2, or at least making a huge part of season 2, on the roadmap for season 2, if they were planning on having Battle Royale as one of the huge blocks on that alongside the multiplayer maps, they should start marketing that right now, because that is a huge deal. So that makes me, or leads me to believe that Battle Royale, might still release within season 2, but it might not be sort of the beginning, the forefront of what is going on here with season 2. So the season 2 official roadmap, which probably will be released this Thursday during their sort of update, their community update where they talk about everything, that roadmap will be released. We'll know the multiplayer maps and all the content within season 2. But they're probably going to either have some sort of secret, and it'll say, secret special thing coming within season 2. And then if that's the case, then we'll know for sure it's Battle Royale. If they don't do anything, then obviously they could still sort of hype it up in its own sense. Maybe not a part of season 2, but during the time span of season 2, midway through the season, the end of, I guess, March, or the beginning of March at that point. I don't know, whenever the middle of season, I think it's going to be the middle of March, the middle of season 2. Whenever that is, they'll start the marketing for Battle Royale, and I hope at least they do some pretty decent marketing, because that's something you really need to hype up, because that could be a huge fan base that at least comes over from Blackout, the people that are still playing Blackout, the people that don't play Modern Warfare right now. That could bring a lot of different people back. I mean, there is a sizable amount of people that only played Black Ops 4 for Blackout, and right now, those people probably are just in the abyss. They're either still in Black Ops 4 playing Blackout, they're moving over to other Battle Royales, they're playing different games, and they're just not playing Modern Warfare. So I think Activision and Infinity Ward understand that, they know that, and they want Battle Royale to be some sort of a thing that people come back to and play. So no matter if it's really fun or really bad, if it's something that is short-lived, that lasts forever, I think they still want to release it and at least see how it does, and at least gain some section of the fan base back to the game. So that would be a huge win for them, and it would be a huge win for us, because personally, again, why not add more content? I know for a while when I was making Battle Royale videos, most people were saying, it's gonna ruin the game, I don't want Battle Royale, I don't want Infinity Ward working on it. And the original consensus back over the summer was that Infinity Ward's gonna be focusing solely on Battle Royale, because they know how much Battle Royale is popular, and they're just gonna waste all their time on that, and that means multiplayer is gonna be lacking, and the rest of the game is going to be lacking. But since we know that Infinity Ward really doesn't have a huge role in Battle Royale, I mean, they're definitely doing the finishing touches and finalizing it for the game, but it's not like they were in the full development. That was for Raven Software, at least according to the leaks. and at that point, you know, let Raven Software develop the mode, bring it over to Modern Warfare, give us some content. Like I said, if it's good, we'll play it, we'll have fun. If it's bad, we don't need to play it that much. It's not that big of a deal. So hopefully we do get some official confirmation on this very soon. Hopefully it still is a thing. Hopefully it doesn't get canceled. I mean, this is something that we really want. It's not necessary. I don't think it's gonna save Modern Warfare. I don't think it's gonna be like, you know, the craziest thing that ever happens here. I think the general value and significance of Battle Royale, especially within the Call of Duty scene, is getting less and less. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, at least not, you know, Fortnite is over pretty much. Most of the crazy Fortnite peaks are not there, so Call of Duty, I feel like, isn't too worried about, you know, capturing the Battle Royale scene. It's still there, and they still want to capitalize on it, but it's not that big of a deal. I think they should just really focus on continuing to make good content for the game, continue the seasons, and move over to Black Ops 5, and hopefully that is a decent game as well, because we do know there's a bunch of troubles with that game, development issues. There's three different studios working on that game. It's just such a great situation, obviously, but that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy the video, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later.